This is the Saiga 12 full auto shotgun, and if you've never tried it in Tarkov, well, now is your chance. It's not the only full auto shotgun in the game, but compared to its little brother, the AA-12, it is much more deadly in the right hands. This is because the fire rate is so much faster than the AA-12, which only has 330 RPM versus the Saiga 12's 450. This might not seem that high when we're used to 600 and above with regular guns, but this gives the Saiga 12 full auto a near 40% faster fire rate than the AA-12, which makes all the difference when each salvo is so devastating. So now you can try it yourself, as with the softcore changes it's become accessible in the hardcore wipe for everyone due to being relisted on the flea. Previously, getting your hands on this guy could be a little tricky. There's a skier task called Private Club that comes after chumming, which anyone can do, although the barter can be a bit awkward with the glasses. If you finish the 2024 Halloween event, either the good ending or the bad ending, you can grab it from Prapor or Jaeger Fort, depending on which one you did. It's also possible to take it from Tagilla, but unfortunately the durability here means that you're highly prone to jams, especially when using drums. And finally, in the softcore event that's going on at the moment, you can just buy one from the flea market, as nearly everything is possible to be listed. So now that we've snagged one of these, how should we mod it? The lowest recoil build is 146, which is still relatively high, but outside of the foregrip, it's one of the best ergo builds at the same time, because there aren't all that many parts. Swapping this foregrip to either the SE5 or the SI Cobra gets you to a place where you can have lowish recoil, which does matter because of the potential wildness of controlling the spray, especially with something recoil increasing, such as Magnum Buckshot, but the advantage here is that you also stay inside the overswing threshold, even with 20 rounders. As a reminder, overswing means that your gun shoots past the reticle and then settles back when you ADS and doesn't go there cleanly. And if we check it out on DB for Tarkov, you can see that this is the case. The Evo Ergo Delta is positive, even with a small reflex sight like the Delta Point on it. And although there can be some differences depending on which ammo you choose, as the shells don't weigh the same, Magnum is the heaviest and it still fits inside the threshold. So speaking of ammo, what should you actually choose to run in this gun? Broadly speaking, as always, we have the choice of slugs, some kind of buckshot, and then the special dart style shells, and my preference is almost always those, being flechette if it's available or piranha if it isn't, due to the ability to fire at the head and centre of mass broadly and be very effective. These shells are both powerful against things like face mask protection, such as the death shadows that people love to wear, and they're also really good against neck armor because the maximum armor that you can get on there is 3. After a couple of shots, because each dart is calculated in turn, they absolutely shred class 5 armors even though they only have 30-ish pen, and with the fire rate on the Saiga 12 full auto, they turn people into mincemeat very quickly. Usually, I only move to buckshot if I'm targeting legs specifically, which can be very powerful at close ranges, especially because many people aren't pre-pained these days, and Magnum buckshot is technically the best for this because of the highest damage, but you have to be able to manage the recoil increase, which is no mean feat with this particular weapon. If you don't like that, then you can kind of choose anything 7mm, Express, or 5.25mm. I've never been a big slug fan, as having to hit a specific point usually isn't the shotgun's greatest strength, and the Saiga 12 isn't the most accurate either if you're trying to use it over range, which makes it quite hard to use any of these if you ask me. About the magazines, you can use the 10s if you want, but the 20 rounders are just better, especially as you can buy these on the flea now as well. The only problem is that you have to use a rig with 3x1s to use the 10s in them, and ones with 2x2s to use the 20s. Something basic like the CSA will work for the 1x3s, but for the 2x2s it's a little bit more complicated as one slot isn't enough. Only a few rigs have 2 of them, such as the TV-110, the ANA M1 and the AVS, and maybe the Bagari, or the standalone LBT load-bearing rig. An alternative is you could use a single drum in the gun and then 10 rounders afterwards inside a rig that has both slots, like the Ars Arma CPC, but at the end of the day, it depends what you want to shell out for. One advantage of these weapons is that you can try them out in arena. You have to go through the regular Saiga first to unlock the full auto, I think, and this is a relatively easy way to get some muscle memory in before heading out into main Tarkov land to try it for real. With that, let's have a look at some of the insane raids that I've had recently with the Saiga 12 full auto. It genuinely has been a lot of fun. This is probably a terrible idea. I'm probably just going to lose this gun immediately, but... Is that so? the force of my thunderhammer. Honestly, it never gets old. Oh, it never gets old. Who is he fighting? I'm not even sure. These guys are like locking onto somebody. What gun did this guy have? He had something kind of long range, no? Oh no, he had a pistol. Sounded longish range. Ay, ay, ay. One thing I'm really grateful of. Wait, really? Ow! Ooh! Ooh! Oh! 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 Oh, that's smart. Shot me through the arm and into my thorax. Damn. Where do we think that guy is? He's like in that bank building there or something. He's like in there somewhere, like up. Oh, I know where he is. I think. Oh no, it's not scavs again. Yeah, it's all scavs. I just. They're up here. Guy doing the jump back and forth thing. No! 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 No shot! I cannot believe I killed him. I genuinely cannot believe I killed him. That's actually insane. Can't believe I killed him. Yeah, leave it rotate. Yeah, I want to rotate. Let's see, can I get behind? There's a lot of scabs that way. It's going to be kind of hard to go across without getting blasted. I'm going to try and go under. I think it'll get me killed going that way. I think at least this way I get to engage them in close quarters. Okay, maybe I freaked out a little. Right, so they're in here. They're in here somewhere. Okay. And what I'm going to do, we've got Bolty guy over here. So I'm going to run across, and I'm going to flip round, and I'm going to try and shoot this guy here. No, what? How did he not die to that? Dude, that was crazy. That was crazy how he didn't die to that. That's freaking insane. I shot his face like 3 times. Okay. Alrighty, let's go and see if we can do informed means armed. What is the arena movement? They basically got rid of inertia, and I think they're going to bring it for the softcore wipe. But they've made it much, much lower. They've actually probably put it to where it should have been originally. Because the main issue with inertia in the first place is that you can circumvent it with circle strafing, and it makes the... Is that a scav? No, it's a guy wearing... It's a guy doing setup. You got absolutely nailed. You think that's a shotgun? This is a shotgun. 0 shot you down that guy? I'll check it wasn't the nade. He didn't like lay down or something. I think he got Piranha though. Piranha's really powerful. Piranha's really strong. Yeah, I got him with the Saiga. Just like bashed him straight out with the Saiga. He's playing the peak setup. The MP18 plus the other thing. Kablam! Just getting bopped in the back of the head. Yeah. Did I take 1 nade or 2? 2. What I find kind of fun is if you jump, check the inventory, and then come out of the inventory, you actually don't ever leave sprint. Which is quite a fun little thing. I always forget the MP18 counts as shotgun. Yeah, I got a couple of kills with it this time for setup. It was it's quite useful because it's one of those things where you may as well bring it. It's so cheap that you're like, well, I'll just bring it anyway. And if I don't get into any situations where it makes sense, then so be it. But if I do, then I get to take a shot that I wouldn't be able to take with the Jota, you know. Who's shouting Kepka? Can't even see any scavs. Divide. What's going on? Oh. Boom! Oh, this is bad. Probably should use some kind of injector here. We'll use one of them, I guess. There's some kind of weird Timmy over here. Doing weird Timmy things. He was gonna get me, boss. He was gonna get me, boss. I'm telling you, he was gonna get me. What's this dude doing? Who knows? Stop bullying everybody! What else? I've got no ammo for the MP18. I should have taken some of his ammo. Oh, I didn't bring a splint either. That's annoying. What is happening? It's very weird. I don't know what's going on. Well... Well, that's a doozy. All right, we'd better get this guy's weapon because I don't have any more shells. I didn't bring anywhere near enough. So get rid of that. Take this. Actually, what we'll do is we'll take that. Probably need some more meds. Ooh, a splint, handy. Get that in there, and then we'll get somewhere a bit safer, and then try and fix our life. We're having some. Ooh, okay. Let's swap back for a minute. All right, we need to do something about all this, don't we? Let's get this installed at least in there. This we could start loading. We'll pop these in our main rig here. That go there. That can come in here. Fix that like that. Okay. This thing is pulling an insane amount of. Oh no. Ouch. Time to get legged by 7mm scav. Yeah. Let's try and not have that happen. Okay, we've actually got higher food and water than I expected. I do want to fix my stomach though, so we're gonna try and do that now. This is gonna. So the great thing about the Serve 12 is that it heals the leg and the fracture at the same time. It's actually kind of cool. So look, it got rid of it. So what's this thing then? 9mm PST. It's got a flashlight. It's got a laser of some kind. Okay, we'll just put it on laser mode. Probably time for us to go, I would guess. Well, we've had a pretty good time, right? Okie dokie. I mean, Mr. Timmy Man in the middle. Was that this guy? I don't know. It was a player. There was just so many people. I was so hoping that I would get that. You know, there was that duo, and I took one of them out. I was so hoping I'd get the second guy with the MP18, because that would have been just like, wow, chef's kiss. But unfortunately, not quite.